Okay, so we are about to go to a park. What's up, guys? This is Kevin at Cross Culture Christian, helping you cross the gap between your life and the good life. We are just about to go on a hike with the kids, but I also want to talk to you about something very, very important. I want to talk to you about what I learned about life by daily vlogging for 30 days. So the next time you see, I'll be in the park. So the first thing that I learned through my vlogging experience is that there is meaning in the mundane. Too often we measure the worth of our lives and the beauty of our lives based on the peaks, right? The beautiful stuff, the crazy stuff, the glorious stuff, oh my gosh, that was so crazy. And those life-changing moments, right? So doing this every day, vlogging, trying to find the storyline, forced me to look at, is there a, what's the story behind this moment? So yeah, there's meaning in the mundane. The second thing that I learned through my daily vlogging experience is that community is key. I'm such a noob when it comes to storytelling and vlogging, and so it was great that I was a part of a community that said, you know what, we're gonna do this for the next 30 days. And I also want to give a shout out to everybody who vlogged with me for Veda. So that's Micah, that's Clint, Dennis, Trey, and Joshua. Man, all you guys rock. You guys are awesome. You have no idea how much I've learned from you. Every single video that you guys have made, you've definitely sharpened my craft. What's up?
Not much.
What's up? Community is key. So identify a thing that you want to accomplish and then find a community that can keep you accountable, but not just keep you accountable, but also inspire you to do better. You need people who are better than you. Also, this whole thing reminds me of a quote that I read. It says, if you want to go fast, you will go alone. But if you want to go far, you will go with others. Nice. Point number 3 is that time management is a lie. It's a lie. And here's what I mean, right? So, hey buddy. This is what happens when you vlog. These are the things that you have to keep in mind. Okay, so point number 3. You cannot manage time. Everybody has the same amount of time. The only thing you have the power and the ability and the control to manage is yourself. Think about it this way. Imagine that you have a job and this job pays you $86,400 every day, okay? $86,400 every day, but there's a couple of caveats. Caveat number 1 is this. The only way you can keep the amount of money is by investing it in things that'll give you some dividends or returns, because there are no banks in this scenario or whatever. Caveat number 2 is this. Whatever you don't invest, you lose. And so here's the crazy thing. If the saying that time is money is true, then you have 86,400 seconds every single day. Everybody has it. You have it, I have it, everybody has it. Here's the thing though, what you get out of it is what you put into it. So there's no such thing as you don't have any time. You make time for what you have to make time for, and the more you invest in whatever you want to invest in with the time that you have, the more you're gonna get out of it. That's just how things work. Point number 4 is that limits are good for the soul. The common misconception is that the more limits you have in your life, the more constraints or boundaries you have in your life, the less free you are. That's one of the most deceptive lies that's being proliferated either by media or enemy if you're a believer, because that's not true. I actually think the opposite is true. Limits actually allow you to live the best life possible, because when you have boundaries, when you have things that you have to do, things that you must do, it'll help you zero in on the tasks that you have to accomplish to get stuff done. To fully live a free life does not mean that you live a life that's completely devoid of any boundaries. As a matter of fact, if you don't have any boundaries, you're actually going to be a slave to the things that you like media or social media and whatever you like. You're gonna be a slave to those things, food, whatever. But if you have boundaries, if you have limits, they're actually good for the soul. Another common misconception is that the good life is a convenient life. If you really want the good life, you have to do things that you cannot. You have to engage in the nitty-gritty and the grind of the day-to-day experience, because the more you go through those tough times, the more you actually struggle. Those are the things that give you meaning, and those are the things that really shape your idea of not just yourself but also of the world. You need struggle in your life. So I'm thinking out loud right now. Maybe if you want to really push yourself to the limit, so understand your limits, give yourself a challenge, give yourself a struggle, right? Like for me, that was vlogging every day. What is something that you've always wanted to do but you didn't want to do because of fear? So take that thing and just get it done, man. Just get it done. Okay, so point number 5 is that what gets measured gets managed. It's totally not my quote. It's by Peter Drucker, a management guru. And the whole point, I'm losing breath. I'm so unfit. if you really want to get far in whatever you want to do, you have to measure your progress. If you're not going to measure, you're not going to probably improve. But hey, if you want to just do stuff for the sake of doing stuff, then hey, you can just do stuff. But for me, it's important that I find out what's working, what's not, how can I get better. So in order to do that, I need measurements. Logging every day allowed me to get a glimpse of like what's working, what's not, you know, like which videos were getting more engagement, which ones were not. So moving forward, I have some hard data to determine like where do I need to put more effort, you know, which type of videos should I make more of so that I can get engagement. Kingston, come in. You want to be on the vlog? Sure. There's Kingston here. So here's the thing, right? Like, so Kingston is one of my subscribers. He's awesome. He's great. And what type of videos do I need to make more of?
I don't know. I really like the videos relating to like topics that I could relate to. The videos where it's the Bible according to, or life according to, or...
That's true. I like those. So yeah, I'm gonna make more videos like that. But check this out, leave a comment down below, like what type of videos that you want me to make, what type of content that you want me to make, and I'll make it for you. Okay, so point number 6 is that perfectionism is a deadly disease. Perfectionism is basically the mindset that tells you that unless you are perfect, you are pointless. Is the shadows good? Can you see me? Amazing. I'm here with all these wonderful 8th graders here. Someone once told me, you know, you need to have the courage to be mediocre. Especially when you're starting out something, you need to be okay. You need to be content with not being so good at that craft. And you also need to be okay with emancipating yourself or releasing yourself from the expectations or the views and the perspectives of other people. Just do you, bro! Was that loud? Was that exciting? One of the things that I had to overcome in order for me to start this whole vlogging journey was to kick perfectionism in the butt. It's okay to be good enough. But it's not okay to stay there though. Keep moving, keep improving, but it's totally okay to not be good at first. And as a matter of fact, if you ask the people who are really good at their craft, rarely would they say that they are the best at it. Everybody that you meet is at a different level in their experience. What do you guys think about perfectionism?
No.
Perfect. What about you?
No.
No.
No. Point number 7 is that you need to learn how to get other people to do your dirty work for you. Like these guys right there. See them?
Follow me on Instagram.
Amazing. Number 7 is that creativity requires limits. In order for you to be fully creative, you need constraints, you need limits. Because the more limits you have, the more creative you have to be. Creativity then becomes not an option but a necessity. For me, like there were times where when I was vlogging, I didn't have my camera, this whole thing, for like a couple of weeks. But I had to use my phone. I mounted my phone on this Manfrotto rig and I got a little Rode mic, put that thing there. I learned how to figure out how to vlog with my iPhone, 6? What are you doing?
Follow my Instagram, guys.
Follow his Instagram.
Kikoaberry. And Jorm Kasaka.
Sure. I had to learn how to just make do with what I have. So yeah, creativity thrives with limits. If you don't have stuff, it's not an excuse for you to not create. Ready? Point number 8 is that creativity is a muscle. And what I mean by that is everyone has it. And like, I used to think that I shouldn't have eaten. I ate all the moths, guys, at one time. I shouldn't have done that. Anywhoosies, I used to think that only some people were creatives and other people were not. But that's not true. Everybody's creative because everybody has the muscle of creativity. If that's true, then the question is who is exercising it, right? Who is actually flexing the creativity muscles? And so I had to really learn how to do that because I used to think that I was like not creative or whatever, you know. But vlogging for 30 days taught me that I have it in me. You just need to figure out how best to flex it. Whatever profession you find yourself in, I guarantee it that there is room for you to problem solve something in a very creative way. Create something every day. Point number 8, almost done, guys. Alright, so point number 9 is that gear matters. Yeah, because you know, when I started this whole vlogging journey, I was like, what gear do I need? And I saw all these videos about like how you don't need the gear, you just can use what we have, and I get it. I think that's super important. But I do think though that as you level up in your content, as you level up in your craft, whatever it is, to actually find out ways in which you can effectively communicate the story that you want to communicate. If you don't have stuff, that's okay. Because here's the other point. Gear does matter, but gear is always subordinate to story. Like, you can have the best equipment possible, but if you don't have a story worth sharing, if you don't have a message worth sharing, then it's pointless. Absolutely pointless. So yeah, that's point number 9. Point number 10. I think I'm gonna go home for point number 10 because it's important. That's where it all began for me. So let's go back. So the last point number 10 is this. Your story matters. Vlogging my life for 30 days taught me that the things that I go through, whether they're good or bad, the inconvenient and the convenient, all that stuff makes sense because I'm a story. Too often, the story that I tell myself is that my story is dependent on the things that I do. My story is dependent on my performance. My story is dependent on how well I please or seek approval from other people. My story matters independent of my activity, independent of my contribution to society. And here's why. I'm a cross-culture Christian, and I believe that my story finds meaning and purpose in the story of Jesus Christ. And this is not being me preachy or whatever. I am a preacher, I'm a pastor. But I really think that this is one of those points that I needed to realize and know even now, that the more I see my story as a part of a grand narrative that started all the way from creation and ends in this glorious second coming of Jesus Christ that we believe and that I believe as a Christian, the more my story is suffused with meaning and purpose. Because now I'm not just a disconnected entity. I'm not an isolated event from the rest of history. I am deeply connected and deeply rooted in this grand saga, right? I think my story matters. I know my story matters because I'm connected to a larger story, a bigger story than myself. Yeah. So, I'm done. If you're stuck around this far, here's how you can help me. Let me know what topics and things that you want me to discuss in this channel. I want to use this channel to basically document my journey as a cross-culture Christian, as someone who has a multicultural background, and how I interact with the cultures that I am a part of. So you're definitely gonna see like my old videos, like the object lesson things that I do, where I take a thing from culture and a thing from scripture and I make a comparison. Now I'm gonna be incorporating more vlogs so that I can have a record, right? Not just for you, but for my children, for my grandchildren. Yeah, I'm telling you. It'll be really cool if you were to subscribe and join me on this journey, because the more people that I have joining me on this journey, the better content that I can make, I think. So at least that's the story that I tell myself. I guarantee you, I'm gonna put all my effort into making good content, hopefully, valuable content to those of you who watch, because you're spending time watching this. So that's cool. Thank you so much for actually watching this stuff. Like, it means a lot. It really does. So yeah, I'm done. And also, one more thing. I think I'm gonna be posting every Tuesday and Thursday from here on. Upgrade from once a week to now twice a week. So, cool. Excited. So pumped. I'm so excited to journey with you guys. Yeah, I really am. It'll be fun. Alright. This is Kevin at Cross Culture Christian, helping you cross the gap between your life and the good life. Take care and God bless.